Can refugees in South Africa apply for resettlement to another country? The short answer, unfortunately not. UNHCR says that refugees are identified for resettlement based on their protection needs. The long answer, unfortunately, a refugee cannot apply for resettlement. Cases for resettlement are identified by the United Nations Refugee Agency, UNHCR, through information they gather from different channels. It is the resettlement countries that decide each year how many refugees they will resettle among the millions of refugees in the world, and UNHCR has to work within these limits. UNHCR says that there is no automatic right to resettlement after a refugee has spent a certain number of years as a refugee. Though UNHCR processes the cases and submits the recommendation for resettlement to the resettlement countries, it is the resettlement countries, not the UNHCR, that make the final decision about the resettlement of a refugee. Only if you are interviewed by a UNHCR resettlement staff member and told that you are invited to a resettlement interview will you know that you are being considered for resettlement, and the whole process will be explained to you. If, after the resettlement interview, your case is positively assessed and meets the criteria, it will be submitted to the resettlement country and you will be notified. UNHCR will tell you if and when your case is submitted to a resettlement country. If you haven't heard from UNHCR 3 months after your resettlement interview, you can ask what is happening through the UNHCR helpline at 0800 100 03D, Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If the helpline operator cannot answer your query, you will be included in the queue for resettlement counseling with the team. But UNHCR warns that after the case has been submitted, the resettlement process can take months, or even years. UNHCR does not tolerate corruption of any sort, and they say that any attempt by a refugee to commit fraud of any kind may result in that refugee being permanently disqualified from resettlement.